America's standing has taken a hit, there's no doubt. But we hope America can recover from this, and we would like to see America recovering from this. The pressures will always be there. The great powers say we don't want you to choose, but of course each one wants us to be a closer friend to them. And that's always, the tension is always there, the pressures will always be there. There will be some instances where we look at the issue, and we so happens that the particular position we take is the same as the US, for example, or as China, for example. But it's not from the lens of choosing one versus the other. It's from the lens of Singapore's national interest. And that will always be the case for us. And it's the same, not just for Singapore, it's the same in ASEAN. We have been the arena for proxy wars before. It's been such a painful experience. We don't want that to happen again. And so ASEAN will continue to be fiercely independent. Not so much non-aligned, but multiple aligned. Engage with all the key players. There is no doubt America's actions over this recent period has impacted America's standing in Southeast Asia. All the surveys would suggest that, and it's very clear-cut. But I think there's still tremendous goodwill and desire for ASEAN countries to engage the US. President Trump came for the ASEAN summit meeting. He presided over the peace accord between Cambodia and Thailand. And then he sat down for a meeting with all the ASEAN leaders, patiently listening to each one, engaging and listening to each one. And at the end of all the interventions, said that America and him personally is committed to ASEAN. I think that's well received by ASEAN. America is still the largest investor in this part of the world in terms of FDI. And all the countries look forward to having more linkages with America, more engagement with America, more investments from the US. America's standing has taken a hit, there's no doubt. But we hope America can recover from this, and we would like to see America recovering from this. In today's world, countries are more concerned about security and resilience. So countries everywhere are prepared to accept some inefficiency, higher cost in return for higher security and resilience. But this is now being done unilaterally, country by country taking its own actions. And that's just not sustainable. Someone does something, another one retaliates. There will be a dynamic where it's just escalating. And before too long, we will end up with devastating consequences. On the other hand, we know that the WTO, which was meant to solve these problems, isn't working. We would like to see a new framework in place. It's not easy to get that happen now, but ideally a new framework that finds ways in which countries can legitimately exercise and protect their own national interests, but with restraint, with some shared rules, and not on the basis that you can unilaterally do things to coerce another country or to punish another country, which is somewhat happening now. Singapore is a financial center. I think we can grow in terms of wealth management. Family offices may set up here. They are not Singaporeans. They, have their offices here. They manage your funds out of Singapore. We welcome that. It creates jobs for Singaporeans. I think that's a good thing, and we can explain that to Singaporeans. Tackling wealth inequality where it comes to our people and our population, that's something we continue to work on, whether it's income or wealth. We have a range of policies. It's not just about tax alone, because in Singapore, we have the ability to also provide wealth injections. And a major reason why we can do that is housing. Majority live in public housing. And when you buy a flat from the Housing Development Board in Singapore, you get housing equity. And that's the reason why even at the lower end of bottom 20% of households, actually they have significant net wealth, net asset value because of home ownership. So that's one way we can continue to fine-tune our policies to provide more support and uplift for lower income groups. We also have a Central Provident Fund, which is Social Security, which is the individual's own retirement nest egg, which we do top-ups from time to time.